Thanks for tuning into my video today. We're going to talk about the gig economy and the three big firms in the UK, Uber, Just Eat and Deliveroo. And we're going to look at some of the pros and cons of working for one firm over the other. And we're going to go through this table here and talk a little bit about these. Work when you want. With Just Eat, you need to pre-book your shift in advance. And with the other two, you can work whenever you like. You can log on and off whenever you like. One nice thing Just Eat do offer, though, is custom shifts, where if they're low on drivers and they need more drivers to come out, they'll offer you a custom shift, say from 7 to 8 or from 7 to 9 or whatever. It's usually in 1 hour blocks, and then you can extend them each hour. So you have to be on the lookout for those guys because they go very fast. It's handy for people who don't like working shifts and prefer to work flexible. Waiting time. With Just Eat, you get paid for waiting time. If you arrive at the restaurant and you're waiting for the order, they'll pay you for that time, as long as it's over 5 minutes. The other two do not pay, unfortunately. So that's something you're just going to have to put up with. Tip facility, pretty obvious. Uber and Deliveroo offer it. Customer can leave a tip after they receive their order. Just Eat, they don't offer it. For delivery fare, I would put Just Eat way out on top. The reason being is Uber and Deliveroo only pay you the distance travelled from the restaurant to the customer. However, Just Eat will pay you the extra distance that you travel to the restaurant from wherever you are now. Choice of outlets. Just Eat have tons of outlets on their books now, all the big brands. They're by far the leader in this department, I would say. The other two are not too bad, but yeah, Just Eat have a bigger variety now. Volume of orders. I would say Uber and Just Eat are probably neck and neck there. Deliveroo, I would say just okay. The reason I've put Deliveroo okay is because I think Deliveroo have been saturated with drivers, so the orders coming through to each driver isn't that great. So that's why I put that. However, a lot of drivers are leaving Deliveroo, I believe. Support. I've put no comment for all three companies. Really, you just need to get out there and deliver food and make money and not worry too much about support. That shouldn't be your reason whether to work or not. You'll soon find out what the support's like. So no comment on that, I'm afraid. Cancelled orders. Now there's a big problem. Just Eat usually pay you if an order gets cancelled. But Uber and Deliveroo, to my knowledge, don't. So if you drive to a restaurant and then it comes up on your handset, order cancelled, then tough luck, I'm afraid. You won't get paid, and obviously you've lost your fuel or your time driving there. So yeah, Just Eat usually do, so that's a big advantage there. The competition driver-wise is probably worst with Just Eat because they've signed up so many drivers now. I think a lot of drivers have left Deliveroo and moved over to Just Eat, or they've signed up to both apps. Uber is not too bad. Uber's been around a little bit longer, but a lot of their drivers are now working for Just Eat as well. So that's lowered the competition on Uber. Promotions. Uber and Deliveroo, they offer multipliers frequently. So you might go out and it'll say 1.5x on your app. Just Eat, they kind of work on acceptance rate. So the more orders you accept, your percentage acceptance rate will go up. And then they'll favor you over other drivers with low acceptance rates. So that's how you get more orders on Just Eat. It's not really a promotion. One other little thing I'll mention about Just Eat. Sometimes they will offer a boost to your delivery fare for your shift. So they might say plus £1, and that will be effective for the whole shift. But that's usually when they're very, very busy and they don't have enough drivers. That makes sense. Supply and demand at the end of the day. But that doesn't happen very often, guys. So you've got to be on the lookout for those. Uber also run quests where they'll pay you a bonus if you achieve a certain number of orders in a certain time. However, that It depends how busy it is. If it's quiet, you're not going to be able to complete your quest. So be very careful with that. But yeah, so it definitely boosts your wage rate, that's for sure, if you complete them, that is. So to wrap up, I would put Uber in first place. And the reason being is because for me, it would be about being flexible, working whenever I like. And obviously, Deliveroo offer that as well. However, the fare on Deliveroo tends to be generally lower than the fare on Uber. So that's the only sort of deciding point between the two. Guys, another little thing that I should mention is the age-restricted items like cigarettes and alcohol and those kind of things. Look, guys, my advice is always ask to see the ID and make sure you see it before you put the date of birth into the app. That way, you protect yourself. Otherwise, you leave yourself exposed. And if anything happens or the company find out, your job's on the line, guys. So don't risk it. Don't risk it. Now, I understand it's frustrating for customers. It's frustrating for drivers too, especially when you're standing there next to a 70-year-old man who clearly is overage. But guys, it's the rules. It's the rules. It's not about that. We understand where they're coming from. But we have to protect ourselves as well. It's just the rules. You have to follow it, okay? Hopefully they'll change it soon. Guys, so yeah, it is frustrating, as I say, and the companies really should introduce an automatic system so that the ID gets uploaded to the server and the driver will never need to ask for it again at the house, and that'll save a lot of problems. It'll save being yelled at by an abusive customer, that's for sure. Until then, you're just going to have to put up with it and put it in, unless you're prepared to risk your job, that is. I wouldn't chance it, so good luck out there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and it was informative. However, I have to put a disclaimer. Everything here is basically an opinion. Go and do your own research, draw your own conclusions, make your own judgments. Okay? So thanks for watching and I hope to see you on the next video.